The livest one, like I'm from Bedford Stuyvesant, the realest, straight from Phillips. This is a form about Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, boxing. We talk politics and all sorts of things, but today we are on the subject of Paul and Tyson's embarrassing moments and embarrassing fights. One of the worst fights in American history. We all witnessed it. Remember to donate, donate, donate. Nothing is more revolutionary than technology. Here at Photography Plug, we are live. That is correct. We are live, streaming live from Hollywood Boulevard. That Mike Tyson, Paul Logan. That is correct. If you have missed the fight, you can go rewind it and see it again. I don't know if I put my location on there. That's very important in the algorithm, but we'll stay live for a little bit and see how it goes. That is correct. Mike Tyson, Paul Logan fight was an embarrassing defeat for both fighters. It was an exhibition fight. Nobody really won anything. Tyson did gain about $20 million. Yes, they are saying Mike Tyson gained about $20 million from that very fight in New York, in Texas. The fight was take place in Texas. You tuned in from Beverly Hills. You can see. I'm sorry, this is not Beverly Hills, but you can see the heights. You can see them up there in the hills. Those beautiful mansions. Some of the most influential people in American and world history. We'd like to shout out the weekend. If you can see him down there on the other end. So if you just tuning in, you are tuned into the Photography Club. So welcome, welcome, welcome. A beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Sunday. I hope you enjoyed your weekend this past weekend, whatever you did. Now, the big news is Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, some of the bigger um, fighters that we've ever seen. Tyson in great shape, but way too big. I mean, he was not mobile in no type of fashion. He didn't throw any punches. What Jake did he drink the weak water? It was a terrible thing that we saw on Saturday night with Mike Tyson not even trying to throw any punches. Jake's much younger than him, but he doesn't look too much younger than a 45-year-old. Jake looks about 50 years old with all that beer belly and all that stuff he has going on. I know he's not that old, but old Jake is getting up there with all those cheeseburgers he's endowing every single day. Now, you see that light green? It was just a bright green. It's very easy to spot celebrities here. Uh, Even if you have their car, you have them. So keep that in mind. So welcome, welcome, welcome to the Photography Club. We're streaming live. Donate, donate, donate. It costs money to be here sometimes, some way to show you what we're going to show you today. We have France, Ireland, so many people from all over the world tune in. I greatly appreciate all the people that support. We do want to congratulate both of these fighters seriously, but we have to be critics and tell the story how it really was. Just because these guys are good friends of all of us, we still have to be truthful. And remember, every artist has good and bad. If you have an artist, he just has good news. That's not even an artist. You know, good and bad. So you need bad stories and good stories. So welcome to the Photography Plug. This is Los Angeles, California. The boulevard is Sunset Boulevard, the very famous Sunset Boulevard. Before I came out here, I did all my studies on Sunset, the old days, the golden years. The golden years of Sunset Boulevard stretches very far. Sunset stretches far, so it's the buy, and so it's the buy, and then so the buy is probably going to lead here into the boulevard, and the factory, Laugh Factory. that is, I can't think of her name, but she gives out food every year for the impoverished. Um, and 1 year we were out there. But back to the subject at hand, Paul Tyson, embarrassing. It's like he made a mockery of Tyson. Forget about all those Tyson workout videos too. We're not doing those anymore. The man just destroyed your legacy. It is a thing. Now Bootsy talked about that. He said, "Well, I would have took the 20 million." Yes, of course. Everybody's talking about they take the 20 million, but who has 20 million? Where is it at? Can you pull out 10? Bootsy, can you pull out 1 million? When's the last time you pull out $1 million or half a million? So really, it's not really about the money. At the end of the day, if you die tomorrow, you're gonna tell people how you counted the money yesterday. So really, it's not about the money. If you ask your family members and they all had $10,000 and they gave you $10,000 every time, if you've seen it once in a life, you said, "I just want 10,000." They give you 10. Life just doesn't work like that. So let us know what you think about that fight. Was it a good fight? Was it exciting? I know we covered this story before. We'll be going to the Boulevard. So welcome to the photography plug. I want everybody to donate, donate, donate. Imagine if 96 consecutive people donated right now. It'd change the world. It'd make things revolutionary. Now, yesterday we competed with. We was rudely interrupted by a fire. It was a fire that ended up being started by a phone charger. That is correct. So, any of the possible prosecuting attorneys that was foolish enough to think that anybody on our side would partake in high school games, my friends, you have a very long way to go. We'll litigate forever. We'll litigate forever. The revolution is the business. It's not ignorance. The revolution is the business and not ignorance. We even caught the officer being racist towards me. And the white girl said, if you tuned in yesterday, she said, "Yep, he caught you being racist." Now, should we do the same thing for them? In other words, when Trump starts deporting these people, should we be the ones helping, throwing them in? I think not. We're going to be a little bit better than that. So if you're just tuning in, you're tuning into the photography plug. We'll be reading your comments. This is the channel where your comments count. Now, all these people's in the hills, they're very intelligent. They're very amazing. They're not going to be answering your comments today, but we will. It looks nice. Yes, it's very beautiful. I can't describe what it looks like, but it's like that all the way down, all the way to the Beverly. Yes, is that California? It looks nice. I think this is far apart, but in an interview, Tyson was asked about the legacy, and he said it doesn't matter when you're dead. Yes, Tyson did say it does not matter when you're dead, and he went on and on and on about it in front of that young girl. And I think Tyson is just blunt with what he said. He had a great point, but it doesn't matter what Tyson wants. The people will always hold that when you're gone. They make the decision whether they want to remember you as a legend or not. So Tyson can't tell people, well, don't remember me as a legend, because we're already going to look at Mike Tyson as a legend. But that disdain, being bar, being embarrassed by a chubby white guy with this, just a spoiled kid that grew up somewhere in the hills, him and his brother Logan, no real gangsters. Then that's not Mayweather. This is entertainment, and we're not knocking what he does. But let us be clear. Right across from the Beverly, it was an individual that was shot and killed. You have to sacrifice and be ready to sacrifice your life for this industry if you come across. Tyson sacrificed his life. In the end, he will have to sacrifice his life. Jake and Eminem, it's time for you guys to start sacrificing your life. And I'm just going to be straight up uh, blunt with that suggestion. uh, these white artists, they want to partake in things that sacrifice. When you're talking sacrifice, this whole thing just won't work if people didn't die. So this is a channel where we're straight up and we're kind of blunt. So don't be afraid or don't be timid. You kind of have to be a man or a strong woman. I had an individual so disturbed she started running and pacing, and no, it doesn't work like that. You have to be able to survive in this world. In other words, when they put these companies down here, they didn't say they put it in contention for you to be comfortable. No, a company doesn't have to make you feel comfortable. A company can make you feel uncomfortable, can give you anxiety, can lead to even worse. In all of these companies, and one way or the other, the destruction is real. The success is real, but the destruction is real in all of our lives. So welcome to the Photography Plug. One of the worst fights in world history has taken place. Mike Tyson didn't throw any punches. He fought an overweight cheeseburger wrestler, and they made a lot of money, and congratulations to them. We don't see the money. We didn't see them pass out money. We don't believe they have the money. If you go to Bill Gates' house, please stick with me here. If you go to Bill Gates' house and you're doing a job for Bill Gates and he says, well, I'm worth billions and billions and billions. If you're not giving me a tip, I don't care how much you're worth, if it's not my money. In other words, if you have a best friend that's worth $200 million and he's just bragging about it. It was an individual that said, well, yes, I'm gonna wait till I get $30 million until I until I buy a $200,000 chain. My friends, talking about that type of money can get you in a lot of trouble in this world. And that is a reality. Rest in peace to some of the greats, the Nipsey Hussles of the world, uh, the Tupac Shakurs of the world, the George Floyd, as you see in the background of the world. So, so many people uh, in the world and in America and all over America that has sacrificed, like a George, like a Trayvon Martin. We need more people like an Eminem. I want to see Eminem's face up there. I want to see Eminem. I want to see Jake Paul's. I want to see them sacrifice like we sacrifice for this country. I want to see Jake Paul beside George Floyd face. That's what I want to see. Welcome to the Photography Plug. Um, I heard he was short on cash, so important to take care of himself. His life is boxing legacy. Uh, Somebody said they heard that Tyson was short on. The story is always the same. I don't know anybody in the world that's not short on cash except Elon Musk or Donald Trump, borrowing money from Elon Musk. So Trump went bankrupt. If Trump was short on cash, then everybody in the country at one period of time will be short on cash. But let's make sure we see a Jake Paul's face up there. See, it's a difference between people that sacrifice for this country and people that eat hamburgers and cheeseburgers and make our legends look stupid. It's a reason why Mr. Donald Trump was almost assassinated twice already, and a third and a fourth time already. These are things that are, and this is a national monument. What we're talking about today is a very important subject, embarrassing our legacy, embarrassing our champion. It was a bad decision. Now you have so many people angry, and not, it was an individual that said, it was a mayor of a city, and she thought that we were going to have we were going to talk. She was going to talk like we're going to argue. My friends, we're not going to argue. I'm going to look down on you. I'm going to look down on you. Sometimes to elevate yourself, talk down on people. I know it doesn't sound good, it doesn't sound healthy, but everything can't be healthy. A terrible, embarrassing defeat, Jake Paul, embarrassing Mike Tyson, bowing. Goons would have been in that as soon as he would have started. See, when you fight these champions, let them know that my hyenas are coming along with me. My hyenas are coming along with me. And as soon as you start throwing them big punches and making me look stupid in that ring, soon as this fight's over, we're gonna have a discussion. And we're gonna have an educated discussion. It ain't gonna be with hands either. So welcome to the Photography Plug. This is America. My friends, we're cheaters. Don't tell me we're fair. Don't lie to yourself. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Beautiful, beautiful view. Everybody says got to be LA. Yes, this is Los Angeles, California. It's some of the richest real estate in the world we are on right now. The hand that stand for it, trust me, they love it themselves. A very small town. If you missed that huge fire yesterday, it was a humongous fire that had spectacular shots all inside of that. But we're not interested in that. We are a celebrity a page of politics and politicians. It was a teacher once told her students, she said, I don't teach my students to be politicians. Well, you don't teach your students to be president of the United States of America either, do you? You only tell your students to do what you think they're capable of, and that being a Jake Paul eating cheeseburgers and a laxative and taking supplements until he's so big and so hopeless of a athlete. And any person that has the color of his skin running around talking about they don't have money should be ashamed of themselves with the white supremacist uh, ideals that go through every single country and company. Every single company in America is discriminated right now against black and brown. It's only won two wars, and I guess this is what you want to hear. The people that really listening, there's a few people that's really jotting this down. It's the biggest war in the world is not China, Mexico. The biggest world war in the world is not Asia or Russia against America. The biggest war in the world is black against white. Jake Paul, this is a war. We litigate during wars. Attorneys are called during wars. Courts, it begins the litigation during wars. Physicality during wars. Decapitations during wars. Atomic bombs during wars. Nuclear bombs during wars. M16s during wars. So this is a war, not the Tyson fight, but the black and white fight that's going on in America. And I like to thank our YouTube page because they allow me to talk freely. My teacher would have said a long time ago, shut that nonsense up. My principal would have called me too and said, no, no, don't say that anymore. But because we have a company that's worth over $33 billion by the name of YouTube, they give you that freedom of expression. Not just me, you too. So welcome to the photography plug. So we'll be staying live as long as we can. We got that Jake Paul. This is a very low numbers here. I don't know if I hit that location, but anything is possible. But I mean, it's a Sunday. You have to think nothing much is going on, and we're not even actually on the Boulevard. I just want to show you guys that sign. That was a beautiful view. You can still see the view from here. That whole entire view. That is the wonderful, wonderful view. So, welcome to the photography. This is the first time you see in America. This is what America looks like. A lot of beautiful things and not so beautiful in any other country. So, we'd like to warn you if you come to America, be ready to be discriminated against. Now we talked about cleaning up Skid Row. So, it's a lot of mental health. We think we could try to get an interview from them and talk about what's going on. It might be too far gone. We get ourselves hurt if we're not careful. So welcome to the photography plug. You tuned in. I greatly appreciate you. Subscribe, donate, and comment. Let us know what you're thinking. Where you at? How are you feeling? What about the fight? What about what's next? Remember, LA is like New York. The guy tries to act like he's gonna run you over the car. It's okay as long as you don't hit me, because I'm gonna sue you. Remember that. It's always a lawsuit. Forget about being big tough guy, and next thing you know, you're at the job and the guy steals off on you and you want to fight back with him. No, fall. We're at the job. You're about to be paid. Jake Paul, Mike Tyson fight, one of the most embarrassing fights in American history. We're located in Hollywood, California, on the byway, Fairfax, Sunset Boulevard, that very famous Sunset Boulevard. We did drop a rail about Elon Musk and those robotic cars. We will see some riding by very soon, and we'll see if we can catch those robotic cars. Very unlikely to see celebrities on this boulevard unless it's like a Tyler Perry and he's got a book signing. Very unlikely. Where you going to find them? I would say Melrose, in the hills. Um, I was talking about the place yesterday, Studio City. Studio City, you just cross right over to the mountains, and you go down there, and it'll be a few celebrities down that way. I thought I seen Christina Aguilera last night. She likes to hang out in West Hollywood, which is pretty cool. I mean, you know what goes on in West Hollywood, but it's not a lot of crime, so you can breathe. Somewhere to go when they don't want you here. You better believe they do not want people in their neighborhoods. So keep that in mind when you do come. But it's refreshing compared to if you're in South Central, downtown. My friends, I couldn't just go live like this. I did it yesterday, but I did it spontaneously. So if you're planning on going live, my friends, you don't have to tell the world I'm about to go live and I can do this, and just do it spontaneously. When you move spontaneously, nobody can follow you. Nobody can know where you're going because you don't even know where you're going. So that's a good way to spontaneously move. In other words, if I moved off of this block down there and back up again, it'll start to become very hard to track. So be a little bit like a panther, hard to track. So welcome, welcome, welcome. You're tuning into Photography Plug. If it doesn't go well, what I do is I will log off and log back in and try live again because I think it's a natural, organic flow. Maybe something was missed that we can get, and it'll be a natural amount of people. A lot of times you have to turn your phone on and off, even if they are trying to track your phone. Cut it off. Cut it off. They can track the number. They can't track your. They can do it in time. A little bit too late. The individual I was talking to, he said, "Hold on for a second. 1, 2." I said, "Nope." Cut off my phone and turn it all the way up. I said, "Shut up." Sometimes you have to be that way. You're not gonna 1, 2, 3 me. You should have already had the. You should have already had the location and the technology. You. So we'll be logging off and we'll be logging back in. I greatly appreciate everybody, but stay tuned.